Hi everyone, welcome back to another video from Kel & Co. On my video today, we have just entered a new week of our budget tracker, because like I've said previously, we do ours weekly. So we are on the green week now. So my little desk here, I don't have a heap of room, but you can see here on the 26th in Australia, it is Australia Day, so that's a public holiday. So that falls right at the end of our current budget period. So I thought let's jump over, have a look at what we've got on our tracker this week for our income. Now I'll just make sure you can see it all. Zoom in a little bit for you. So it's wobbling a little bit. Okay, so you can see here my partner's wage. That's his standard usual weekly wage. I'm thinking of pulling $100 from my sinking funds holiday fund, which I had put some money in last week. We are actually going away. First day of holidays starts on Australia Day. We're just going away for 3 days. So I'm thinking of pulling out $100 just to use towards that. And then rollover, I had $505 from the previous week. So you can see here our bills, most of these are pretty standard. Really the only thing different was the holiday down the bottom here. We still have to pay for the remainder of our stay. A deposit's been paid already, so that's just the remainder that we have to do. We're just going to a caravan park, that's why it's so cheap, because we've got our caravan. So we've got our mortgage at $520. Car loan at $183, childcare at $90, AHM, which is our health insurance. Now that is just hospital cover, but we are looking into going and getting an extras package added to that as well, just because we need to go to the dentist. I need to go to the physio after having all of these babies that I've had. Then we've got our insurance on our caravan, another car loan. ELC is for holiday care for the oldest child, and then obviously the $60 for the holiday. So that gives us a total of $1,133. We've got $492 left over. So what I had put in our envelopes, and like I said in my previous video, we don't have a lot of envelopes that we use. I've got groceries at $150. We've still got a lot of stuff here at home because my partner, when he went shopping last time, actually went over our cash budget. He bought heaps, so we've still got enough. Probably we could stretch it out really almost until we go away. So we'll see how much of that we actually need. Fuel, I don't use a cash envelope for that one. We actually have a bank account set up that's linked then for that fuel cost. Eating out, I've got $100, that's a bit higher than usual, and I've got $50 too that I'm carrying over from last week, so that'll give us a total of $150 in the envelope. And then some money in fun. Now I don't have an envelope called fun, but I've got one that's called holiday, so we'll put that into there, and that's obviously just for while we're away to go and take the kids to do a few things. That leaves us then, because that total is $400, that leaves us with $92 left over. So I was going to put all of that to the credit card, and we're getting really close with that one now to actually having that under $1,000. So we'll be able to drop that limit down again, so that's really exciting. But because today is the first day, we have been to the bank and we have got the money to put in for our cash envelopes. So we didn't get any $5 notes just because those we don't really use like as much. You can't go to the shop and buy that much here in Australia. Like $5 does not get you very far at all. So groceries, we had 150. So I'm thinking, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 150, just because it's nice to have some smaller notes when you're only going to get like milk and bread from the shops. So I just hand wrote on all of my envelopes again in my permanent marker, because starting off a budget, I'm not looking at spending money to save money by getting labels and things made up. So that's why I just wrote on them in the texters for now. The other side is blank, so you know, if I ever wanted to get some nice labels made up, I do have that space there, except for my holiday one, because I wrote it in lowercase and then realized I'd written all the others in uppercase, and I was like, oh, that has to all match. So holiday, that's coming under fun. So I think eating out will do the 250s, so we'll do all the rest, which should be 100. So 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And that's just good too. I think the caravan park that we're going to has like mini golf and that sort of stuff, but it's generally you have to pay on top of that. So I'm sure that would be no more than $10 for like, you know, 2 or 3 people, hopefully. Nothing for house or gifts, eating out. And we were going to put the 250s to make 100. And I have that 50 carried over in here. So that's got 150 in total in there now. So that's good, especially too, happy to have some money back in the groceries one, because we do need milk. We actually had to make up some milk with our powdered milk, which we have in the cupboard for actually making yogurt. But we had to make up some powdered milk last night just for like cereal and that sort of stuff this morning. So I will be glad to have some normal milk back in the house once we go to the shop quickly this evening. So now that we've put all of that money into there, I'm just going to fill in that this is what we've done. And of course the pen won't work. 100, 100. So I usually fill these in as we go, like as the money comes out, I'll fill it in on like a rolling sort of total. And that one we have been paid. I had looked, I've got no rollover for the end of this week, and I had looked ahead because my partner, like I'd said previously, he's in the trade industry, so here in Australia that means that he is a casual. His wage next week, this is just a guess, that it's going to be about $350, maybe, might be less, it might be more, I don't know, it's really hard to work out. And once you sort of look into that, because it changes with the tax that gets taken out. But I will be getting my Centrelink money coming in for my paid parental leave. So I think I had spoken previously, I fill out everything in pencil when I'm doing it ahead, because I had sort of done this I had written this one up sort of in the first week of January. So I get it all in there in pencil just so I can see sort of where I'm at. That way it gives me an idea throughout the month how much money I potentially need to be rolling over each time. So I've got nothing that's rolling over this time. We are also expecting potentially we could have some rent coming in from our investment property, but I did get an email from our property manager saying that a water pump needs to be fixed or replaced. So potentially then if it needs to get, it'll have to get fixed irregardless, but if it needs replacing totally, we might not be seeing any rental income then for the next few periods of when we get paid. So that's, you know, the one thing about investment properties, it's not actually always guaranteed income. But anyway, I'm going to leave that here today. I just wanted to jump on quickly while I had started off the new week to actually show you one of my paycheck budget trackers. I'm pretty sure that I've rectified my issue with that one I had previous with that $68. So hopefully moving forward, we won't have any more issues. When I balanced my last week one this morning, it was all added up perfectly to the income that we had and what had been spent. So we had zeroed out perfectly. So feeling much more positive about it and much more satisfied in my ability of what I'm doing. So thanks again for spending your time with me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.